Can the backbenchers crack it? So welcome gentlemen and ladies in this episode SSB के मसले. आज हम बात करने जा रहे हैं एक ऐसे मसले पे जिसको बहुत लोगों का ये कंसर्न है कि those who are backbenchers or those who have not been getting good marks, can they really make it? Now एक बात हम इसमें समझ लें कि when we are referring to backbenchers, the general perception is कि the boy or the girl is a little dull or dumb, समझ में नहीं आता है, पढ़ाई में कमजोर है. Now that is the general perception. However, that is far from the truth in many of the cases. Backbenchers can also be street smart. They can be very observant. They can be very lively. They can be very courageous, right? So अगर हम इसी बात को लेके चलें कि जो एसएसबी में जिनकी परसेंटेज अच्छी आती है वही अच्छा कर पाते हैं, जिनकी परसेंटेज कम होती है या दोज हु आर एकेडमिकली नॉट बीन डूइंग वेल, उनका एसएसबी में सक्सेस होना संभव है कि नहीं है, राइट? सो दैट इज समथिंग आई वुड से इट नीड्स अ लिटिल मोर अंडरस्टैंडिंग. जैसा आप सभी जानते हो, व्हेन वी टॉकिंग अबाउट द merit in the armed forces, we are talking about 50% of weightage being given to the written exam. That is the academics primarily. Now written exam can be in the form of a UPSC exam like NDA, CDS, OTA, or an FCAT exam or INET exam held by respective services. It can also be related to your marks that you've got in board exam or some competitive exams like JE exam for the 10+2 entry, TES entry, and SSC Tech or SSC Non-Tech, etc. Now here your performance in academics is taken कि आपके BTech में या 12th में या किसी competitive exam में कितने marks आए थे. So उसका एक weightage आपको मिल गया. That is say about 50%, right? Then we come to the personality, SSB. Now SSB we are talking about personality. Now personality में आपका 50% weightage है. दो percentages, जो एक specific question कई बच्चों का है कि अगर हमारे marks अच्छे नहीं हैं तो SSB में हमारे लिए कोई मुश्किल है क्या, या जिनके marks अच्छे होते हैं उनको ज़्यादा कुछ preference दिया जाता है. So here, like I said, no, the thing to be understood is कि आपके मार्क्स अच्छे कैसे आते हैं, या आपके केवल मार्क्स अच्छे आने से ही आपकी पर्सनैलिटी बनती है क्या. So we have those 15 OLQs we are talking about in the SSB. Now when we are saying a person is consistently performing well in academics, right? So there we are able to quickly tick mark some of the boxes कि उसकी he is an intelligent guy. Maybe उसकी basic intelligence सही हो सकती है. He has got maybe a good grasp. He is a quick learner. He is regular. He is consistent. He is hardworking. Maybe he has got very good guidance. He is disciplined. He is feeling responsible towards his future and things like that. Now, when we are looking at the personality, we are looking at much more comprehensively. So it's not only about your intelligence, it is also about how practically you how you put your intelligence to practical use. That is the effective intelligence, which is different from your IQ. We are also looking at कि आप किस तरह से अपने को organize करते हो, right? It's not only about organizing your studies, is also organizing your life. It is पढ़ाई के साथ साथ में आप दूसरी भी क्या क्या एक्टिविटीज़ करते हो, खेल कूद, एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज, certain responsibilities towards your family, right? So how do you organize yourself? Not getting reflected in your marks. Power of expression, again, it is the written expression, perhaps it is reflected in you've been able to convince or communicate whatever you know, and you get those marks. But verbal expression or verbal communication is not getting reflected at all in your academic performance. Coming to very, very important certain core qualities that we often call them, about your adaptability and about your adjustment. आप नई जगह में, नए लोगों के साथ में, नई परिस्थितियों में कैसे अपने को एडजस्ट कर सकते हो, ढाल सकते हो कि आप थोड़ा सा रिजिड हो, आप बहुत सिलेक्टिव हो, किन से बात करनी है, किन से नहीं करनी है, करनी भी है, क्यों करनी है, हम कोऑपरेट करें तो क्यों करें, विलिंग कोऑपरेशन हम देते हैं कि नहीं देते, right? So do we sacrifice our personal interest towards the larger, the group goal? It doesn't get reflected in your academic marks. कितने responsible हो आप? Responsibility, yes, towards academics, etc. is definitely there. I am saying a guy who's doing well in academics is focused, उसका responsibility, sense of responsibility है, but there's much more to the responsibility as a quality, right, than merely doing well in your academics. There's much more to life, right? You may have responsibilities towards your family, certain tasks that you are expected to do, or you are called upon to do by your family, right? कुछ ज़रूरत हो सकती है परिवार में, financially not well off, so you got to lend your support, lend your hand and show that responsibility towards your family as well. Initiative, right? आप इनिशिएटिव लेके दूसरी जो आपके पास में अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ हैं उनको कैसे यूज़ करते हो, यूटिलाइज करते हो कि नहीं करते हो, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस डू यू हैव, राइट? एंड दूसरों को आप कन्विंस कर सकते हो कि नहीं कर सकते हो, may not get reflected in adequately reflected in the percentages. कितने lively हो आप. So when we are talking about lively, certainly a guy who's there in the back bench, right? Maybe he definitely scores something there as well. आप कितने determined हो? Yes, to an extent. If you've been doing well, आप determination आपका दिखाई देता है थोड़ा पढ़ाई के लिए. लेकिन बाकी भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जहाँ पे आपको डिटर्मिनेशन आपकी लाइफ की जो एक्टिविटीज़ हैं उससे पता लगता है. पार्टिसिपेशन आपने कितना किया है, गेम्स स्पोर्ट्स में कितना भाग लेते हो, स्टैमिना कितना है आपका, एंड्योरेंस कितना है आपका, कितनी हिम्मत रखते हो आप, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ करेज डू यू डिस्प्ले. Most of these things are not getting reflected in your academic performance, and that is where we are saying कि हम SSB में जो है we are looking at all these things. You have got good marks in academics, yes, we give that credence due to you. So we are looking at the process through which you have got good marks, or the reasons why you have not been able to get good marks despite your best efforts, or we find that the ecosystem in which you are studying, we are not blind to the environment in which a candidate is growing. We are very much alive to the environment जिसमें वो पढ़ रहा है, पल रहा है, बड़ा हो रहा है. तो अगर किसी के पास में मीन्स नहीं है और उसके बावजूद भी he is able to do well, or he is able to do above average in academics, that goes to prove much more as far as his personality is concerned. Definitely we are looking at much more than the academics, right? So the backbenchers, don't have to be disheartened. A lot of people have made it, which again I am saying it is not because they do not have it in them or they are incompetent. It is just that they have not been able to excel in academics, or they have not excelled in academics, they have excelled somewhere else perhaps, right? Or they have been able to balance those things adequately. So with this, I'm sure this would clear a lot of air. काफ़ी जो डाउट होते हैं वो आपके क्लियर हुए होंगे इसमें. और ऐसे आपके जो भी मसले हैं जिनका आपको लगता है कि क्लैरिटी नहीं है, सो एनी कंसर्न्स यू हैव अबाउट दिस, डू लेट मी नो in the comment section, and I'll try and clear those things in the next video chat. So wishing you all the best, and Jai Hind.